Thanks for staying with us here on the Urban Debate. We move on to another story that really created a lot of controversy today. And I am talking about one of our former cricketers, a Ranji star of one time, now a coach with the Uttarakhand cricket body, facing allegations of communal bias. Now, here is how this story unfolded. Wasim Jaffer tendered his resignation as the coach for the Uttarakhand cricket body, citing a series of issues that he had over selections of players, disagreements with the administrators, and he made a series of those issues very clear as he tendered in his resignation as the head coach. Now, as that really happened, we saw reports emerge with comments and remarks from the Uttarakhand cricket body and specifically from the secretary of this board, claiming that Jaffer in fact had been favoring Muslim players and had been communalizing the entire environment in the dressing room, that he even brought in Maulvis during their training sessions. Now, as that story snowballed, and these comments were carried in multiple newspaper, different portals, different organizations. Obviously, Wasim Jaffer responded, seemingly extremely pained at what was being said, saying that after having served the nation and the country and playing so much of domestic cricket and mentoring so many, this is what it had come down to. That he had to explain himself and that it was all being boiled down to his religious identity. There were a series of allegations, and for one by one he gave an explanation to all. Whether it was selection of players and why he decided what he decided, whether it was the presence of a Maulvi in the dressing room, which he says somebody else called for, but we wanted to pray. Post our training session, we did our own praying session with the priest in our dressing room in a corner. He says no rules were broken. Because we decided to do this conversation because it really pains me and disturbs me that when it comes to sports and when it comes to our favorite cricket, attempts are being made at communalizing the whole issue. And I have spent the day trying to reach out to all participants, from those who wrote these stories, those who are protagonists in these stories. And I want to first start off by playing a conversation that I had with Mahim Verma. Mahim Verma is the secretary of the Uttarakhand cricket body, the one who allegedly made these remarks that have been quoted in the Indian Express and the Dainik Jagran copy, the one to whom Wasim Jaffer responded. Now, what is very clear is both of them have issues. But we are trying to understand who is trying to communalize cricket here. Listen into this conversation.
मैं बस आपसे सबसे पहले तो ये पूछना था कि आप व्हाट आर योर की एलिगेशंस कि वसीम जाफर को के साथ क्या प्रॉब्लम थी टीम की?
नहीं, ऐसा कोई मेरा एलिगेशन के ऊपर नहीं है। मैं दो चीज से मैं थोड़ा सा उसे क्या मतभेद भी नहीं कह पाऊंगा, तो उनसे मतभेद भी मेरा ऐसा था ही नहीं उनसे। एक तो उनका वे ऑफ टॉकिंग नहीं था, या तो बीइंग सेक्रेटरी और एक्स वाइस प्रेसिडेंट, उन्होंने वे ऑफ टॉकिंग मुझे अच्छा नहीं लगा उनको, जो उन्होंने मेरे साथ किया था। दूसरा था उनका मतभेद जो हो रहा है सिलेक्शन को हो रहा है। कोच का काम है टीम खिलवाना। ऑल्दो इन्होंने जो मुझसे कहा कि मुझे ये फैसला चाहिए, ऐसा चाहिए, ये सब करके जो बोलते रहे, प्रोफेशनल प्लेयर ये लेके आए, कोच ये लेके आए, सॉरी असिस्टेंट कोच ट्रेनर ये लेके आए, जो बोलते थे मैं करता रहा। तो सिलेक्शन कमेटी से का मतभेद रहा, अपनी टीम बना के देती थी, सिलेक्शन कमेटी मेरे पे चढ़ जाती है कि सर हम सिलेक्शन कमेटी है, आई एम द चेयरमैन और ये टीम बना के दे रहे हैं, ये कैसे हो सकता है? इनका कोच का काम है, जो सिलेक्शन कमेटी टीम देगी वो कराएगी। तो वही इशू थे। फिर सिलेक्शन कमेटी ने अपनी टीम बना के दे दी, और दूसरा कि जो टीम हमने दी थी T20 में, जिनके हिसाब से दी थी, वो परफॉर्म नहीं कर पाई इसमें। बस सिलेक्शन कमेटी एंड कोच अपने मतभेद रहे इनके आपस में।
नहीं, पर ये ऐसे ही लगा जब उन्होंने रिजाइन किया कि उनका पूरा मतभेद था सिलेक्शन कमेटी से, उनको लगा जो अनडिजर्विंग प्लेयर्स है उनको पुश किया जा रहा है, लेकिन जो उसके बाद मीडिया रिपोर्ट आई उसमें तो आपके जो कोर्ट्स है वो आपने कहा कि उसके बाद आपने प्लेयर्स से बात करी और एक कम्युनल एंगल निकला कि वो मुस्लिम
सॉरी वो वहाँ फिर आगे दिए गए, मैंने कोई बात नहीं करी, किसी प्लेयर से बात नहीं करी। इनफैक्ट अगर जाफर से पूछेंगे कि ड्यूरिंग कैंप या इनके मैचेस में मैं आता ही नहीं था, और मैं बात अगर जाफर से कर ली या जाफर से कोई मैसेज पहुंचाना हुआ तो सीईओ से बात कर लेता था, इसके अलावा मेरा नहीं रहता था इंटरफेयर। ये तो टोटल गलत है।
तो ये जो आपके नाम से बोला जा रहा
मैडम
है
सॉरी मैडम आपको आप नहीं बिल्कुल नहीं कर रहे थे, मैंने कभी नहीं बोला है, कॉम्युनलाइज नहीं कर रहा हूँ मैं। अगर मैडम कर रहे होते आप सोचिए, मेरा सिलेक्शन कमेटी का चेयरमैन रिजवान शमशाद है, उनके एक मेंबर है सिलेक्शन कमेटी के मेंबर है फिरोज, वो केरला से बिलोंग करते हैं, वो मेंबर हैं। इकबाल अब्दुल्ला ये लेके आए थे, मैंने कुछ नहीं रोका। समत फल्ला ये लेके आए, साबिर अली ये लेके आए, मेरे खुद के प्लेयर हैं जो इस मामले से। मैं क्यों करता, मैंने अभी हमने अपने अवार्ड दिए थे तो उसमें वो था एक लड़का मामला था, अंडर 16 खेला तो उसको स्कॉलरशिप दी है।
जी जी जी।
तो कॉमनवेल्थ का तो है ही नहीं मैडम।
जी जी। और मतलब कि वो मौलवी को ले आए थे
वो मुझे उसने बताया वो मैंने से स्पेशल मांगा हुआ है कि ये भाई आए थे तो मेरी नॉलेज में क्यों नहीं आया। वो तो जाफर जी ने खुद स्वीकार किया है कि वो आए थे।
जी
हाँ वो तो आए थे, उन्होंने बायो मामला चल रहा था, कैंप चल रहा था, आपको पता है मैडम। उसमें तो अगर मान लेते कुछ भी हो जाता डिफरेंट, बट
नहीं तो उसमें प्रॉब्लम यही हो सकती है ना कि बायो बबल के बीच में आ गए अगर वो, पर वो कह रहे हैं कि बायो बबल के पहले बुलाया गया था उनको, ये तो प्रॉब्लम है कि उनको क्यों बुलाया है ना।
ना वो मैडम देखिए ना, अगर बायो बबल लगा है तो आप भी तो नहीं जा सकती उसमें।
जरूर जरूर।
मैं भी नहीं जा सकता। अगर मान लेते कुछ हो जाता, खुदा ना करता किसी को भी हो गया, कुछ भी हो जाता तो एक्शन तो कटघरे खड़े कर देते। तो वही मैंने वो उसको नोटिस दिया है अपने टीम मैनेजर को, ये तुम्हारे सिनेरियो हुआ तो मेरे तब संज्ञान में क्यों नहीं लिया है जब ये हुआ था। आप पूरे डिटेल मांगिए भाई, कब आए, कितनी बार आए, कितने लोग थे, किसके कहने पे आए, तो मैंने मांगा उससे।
ठीक है, मैं ये आपसे इसलिए पूछ रही हूँ क्योंकि ये जो स्टोरी आई है मीडिया में उसमें ये आपके नाम से ये कोट है कि आपने कहा कि प्लेयर्स ने आपको बोला वो कम्युनलाइज कर रहे थे और मुस्लिम्स को फेवर कर रहे थे। कुछ लोग राम भक्त हनुमान की जय बोलना चाह रहे थे लेकिन जाफर को नहीं चाहिए था, ये भी कम्युनलाइज करने का तरीका है। जी
अगर आप देखेंगे ना, मैंने किसी भी मीडिया में या उसमें मेरा कोई स्टेटमेंट नहीं गया है कम्युनल्स को लेकर। मैंने सिर्फ ये अपने मतभेद जो इनके थे सिलेक्शन कमेटी इनके थे
जी।
और जो एक जिस जाफर ने भी कबूल किया कि मेरे से जो जिस लैंग्वेज उन्होंने बात की है
जी
वो थोड़ा सा मुझे खला, और कुछ नहीं। बाकी ये जो हमारे मैनेजर थे उनसे मैंने रिपोर्ट मांगी है, सबमिट करेंगे मुझे तो आगे कार्रवाई करूंगा उस पर।
ये अनिल कुंबले जी का कहना है कि ये बहुत बड़ा लॉस है प्लेयर्स के लिए क्योंकि वो एक अच्छे मेंटोर बन पाते।
अरे मैडम आप सोचिए ना
जी,
उनको लाने का मेरा मकसद क्या था, यही तो था कि यहाँ पे क्रिकेट अच्छी करे। नहीं तो इतना ट्रेन लेके मैं क्यों करता हूँ। ड्यूरिंग उस समय सब लॉकडाउन चल रहा था, कैसे कैसे तो मैंने किया है। जो पर्क ये बोला तो उसी में पर्क को लेके आया मैं। तो वो स्टेटमेंट मैंने नहीं दिए हैं और जो भी फ्लॉ गलत है वो।
तो आपने ये वसीम जाफर जी से बात की है क्योंकि उन्होंने तो ये पूरा का पूरा
हाँ नहीं मैं बता रहा हूँ, मैं बता रहा हूँ वसीम जाफर वाली जो इशू है वो आप उनसे पूछिएगा। जिस मेरे ख्याल 2 या 3 तारीख को हुआ था, बहुत हो गया था मैडम, लैंग्वेज थोड़ी गलत उन्होंने इस्तेमाल कर ली थी। अब मैं भी सेक्रेटरी हूँ, 1 बार होता है, 2 बार होता है, तीसरी बार में रिजर्व हो गया। मैंने कहा ठीक है आप सीईओ और सिलेक्शन कमेटी से आप बात कर लीजिएगा। हाँ कि सेक्रेटरी का सिलेक्शन का रोल होता भी नहीं वैसे भी। हाँ उनसे जो बात कर जो दोनों आप दोनों टीम दे दोगे, सिलेक्शन कमेटी दे देगी, वो फाइनल है मेरी तरफ से।
नहीं वो मैं समझ रही हूँ। और डिफरेंसेस मिस्टर वर्मा सब जगह होते हैं, सभी के साथ होते हैं, सिलेक्शन में हो, चॉइस में हो, एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन और कोच के, वो तो हम हर ही टीम में देखते हैं। लेकिन ये इसलिए थोड़ा कंसर्निंग है क्योंकि इसको कम्युनल एंगल दे दिया गया। ये कहाँ से आ रही है बात, मैं ये समझ नहीं पा रही हूँ। आप कह रहे हैं कि आपने ये सब बोला नहीं, तो फिर वसीम जाफर को क्यों लगता है आपने बोला?
देखिए मैडम मैं आपको नहीं बोला, मैंने जितने आया ना कल से मैंने कहा ये मेरा स्टेटमेंट नहीं है, नहीं है, नहीं है।
जी
ये जब कल से ही
So now he continues to say, this is not my statement. I never made these remarks. Remarks in detail, printed in paper after paper. I've in fact even spoken to one of those reporters who stands by what he was told. After the controversy exploded the way it did, we now see this administrator denying these comments after the communal angle has been brought in. And so I reached out to Wasim Jafar one more time. Now, while he didn't want to talk about it anymore, he had already released his statements. I told him what had gone on and how this man was now denying the comments and the allegations. Listen into that.
जाफर जी, मैं तन्वी बोल रही हूँ मिरर नाउ से। मेरी अभी माहिम वर्मा से बात हुई है और काफ़ी उनसे डिटेल बात हुई, और वो हर जो चीज़ उनके नाम पे कोट की गई है कम्युनल एंगल, उसको वो डिनाई कर रहे हैं। वो कह रहे हैं कि उन्होंने तो कम्युनलाइज किया ही नहीं, या ये एलिगेशन नहीं डाला कि आप बायस थे मुस्लिम प्लेयर्स की तरफ। ये दूसरे सिलेक्शन के डिसएग्रीमेंट और पर्सनल इश्यूज के बारे में ज़्यादा था। तो आपका रिएक्शन उस पर, क्योंकि आपने ऑब्वियसली यू सेड यू आर वेरी हर्ट दैट दिस हैज बीन कम्युनलाइज्ड।
जी बिल्कुल, अगर उन्होंने नहीं किया तो फिर ये सब चीजें बाहर कहाँ से है? ये तो इतने बड़े लेवल पे बाहर आ गई कि मतलब ये अभी ऑलमोस्ट एज ए नेशनल न्यूज जैसे बन गया एक तरह से। तो कोई हवा में तो नहीं है ना, किसी न किसी ने तो बात की है, तभी तो ये सब चीजें बाहर आई है। तो इट इज वेरी सैड ना कि ना जब मैंने रिजाइन कर दिया उसके बाद में कम्युनल चीजें डाली गई, उसको चलाया गया। व्हेन आई क्लैरिफाइड एवरीथिंग, और जो कम्युनल चीजें चलाई गई वो भी झूठ चलाई गई। जब मैंने उसको क्लैरिफाई किया तो अब ये बोल रहे हैं कि मतलब कि वो तो मतलब बोली ही नहीं गई थी। तो फिर ये चीजें कौन है किया, किसने की ये सब चीजें?
तो आपको किधर से ये पहले बताया गया कि ये ऐसा उन्होंने बोला है? आपको किसने ये
नहीं, ये मुझे मीडिया ही के थ्रू पता चला है कि ये चीजें चल रही है ना, ऑब्वियसली। तो विच इज ऑब्वियसली वेरी सैड। अब किसने किया है और क्या किया है ये तो भैया आप लोग ज्यादा बेहतर जानते हैं ना। मैं खुद ही सरप्राइज हूँ कि मतलब मेरे रिजाइन करने के बाद में, और मैंने अपने रेजिग्नेशन लेटर में तो सारी चीजें लिख दी थी कि मेरे रिजाइन करने का रीजन क्या है, और जो भी मैंने लिखा है उसमें कोई झूठ चीज नहीं है ना। आई स्टिल स्टैंड बाय इट। तो उसके सडनली बाद में एक कम्युनल एंगल आ जाता है, व्हिच आई फील कि इट्स एन इजी रूट किसी को भी वो करने के लिए। तो नाउ सडनली दे टर्न अप एंड से कि कम्युनल एंगल तो मतलब हमारा था ही नहीं। तो फिर ये हवा, ये कोई प्रेस रिपोर्टर है तो किसी न किसी ने तो ये इन्फॉर्मेशन दी है ना सारी, कि कोई मौलवी आए थे या मौलाना आए थे या स्लोगन चेंज किया गया था। तो ये कौन ये सब बता रहा है और कौन ये सब फैला रहा है?
जी, उनका कहना है कि ऑब्जेक्शन जो उन्होंने उठाया ये था कि मुझे किसी ने क्यों नहीं बताया कि मौलवी को बुलाया गया था, और इस समय में बाहर से कोई नहीं आ सकता है।
ये सारी चीजें हमारे मैनेजर को पता थी उस वक्त। तो ऑब्वियसली टीम के साथ सेक्रेटरी तो नहीं होते ना तन्वी जी, टीम के साथ मैनेजर होता है। तो उसके साथ तो कम्युनिकेशन सारा हो गया था। और हमने कोई चीज जो नमाज पढ़ी है, जो और आपको खुद पता होगा कि मुस्लिम लोग फ्राइडे को जुम्मा की नमाज मस्जिद में जाकर पढ़ते हैं, है ना, वो गैदरिंग होती है एक तरह से। तो हमारी प्रैक्टिस 12 साढ़े 12 बजे शुरू होती थी और 3 बजे खत्म होती। और उसके बाद में इकबाल अब्दुल्ला जो क्रिकेटर है वो किसी को जानते थे देहरादून में, तो बिकॉज फ्राइडे नमाज हम किसी के पीछे पढ़ते हैं जो ऑब्वियसली कुरान पढ़ता है और जो नमाज पढ़ाता है, तो उसको उसने बताया। और हम लोगों ने ड्रेसिंग रूम में क्वाइटली 5-10 मिनट जो लगता है पढ़ने का वो पढ़ के आफ्टर द प्रैक्टिस। ऐसा नहीं है कि हमने प्रैक्टिस रोक दी और हमने मैच रोक दिया। व्हाट इज द बिग डील इसके अंदर? मैं क्या अपने प्रैक्टिस को खत्म करने के बाद यू डू वट एवर यू वांट टू डू। आप भैया अगर हिंदू है या क्रिश्चियन है, आप उसके बाद जाकर पूजा करते हैं, या इफ यू प्रे टू योर फेथ, तो व्हाट इज रॉन्ग इन दैट? हु आर यू अपसेटिंग? मुझे आप ये बताइए।
That was his response, of course, saying that somebody put it out there, somebody gave this angle, they can now go back on it, they can now cover up or give other reasons. But he didn't begin it, and it's unfortunate where it landed. I have a set of panelists joining me this evening. Vedam Jayashankar, author with me, Charu Sharma, a sports commentator, and Atul Vasan, also a former cricketer. Good evening to all of you. Give me 30 seconds. I'll be back with you for your quick reactions on what just happened here, this unfortunate controversy. Atul Vasan, let's begin with you. This unfortunate turn of events. I'm trying to understand if this was a personal fight and somebody just tried to push in that, communal agenda there, or somebody genuinely believed in it and now is trying to backtrack.
Yeah, that's I think part of the issue. There is no right or wrong. I think on the outset, I must say that there is no place for caste, color, religion, creed on the pitch. It's only talent, and over the years we have seen this kind of connotation being added to cricket and other sports also. A couple of occasions I can remember is when Azhar, when he got into trouble with the match fixing thing, tried to play the minority card, which pained me really, because before that point I never even thought that who's Muslim, who's something like that. Other point immediately that came to and connected to me was similar thing happened in I don't even know what are the real things about the Maulvi being called, but this overtly religious underlying to a team, which happened in Pakistan, and when Saeed Anwar and Inzamam got a bit more religious than the others, then they forced this Maulvi coming and namaz being read by the whole team. And some of the guys who were my friends, who were also Muslims, but not over the top religious people, and they used to crib about it in private. But that was the team's tagline that they have to do it. So it created a kind of rift in the team. So I don't know what happened with Wasim's case, but just to give it a communal twist because of your other issues is not done.
Yes, but and in this case, though, Charu, it would have been, even if he decided to call the priest and the Maulvi and have his own prayer session on a Friday in the dressing room, it's not imposition on anybody else. It's his personal choice of what he does. Does that go against the rules of what are followed? I mean, it isn't to say that we don't see other kinds of pujas being done, whether it's in our corporate life or in the world of cricket.
Well, yeah, cricket as always does reflect life. It's a reflection of society. And if in society there's some resorting to communalism, or if, people are a little more aware of their religion than others or less tolerant, then I suppose sport will also reflect it sometime or the other. I think one of the main points here, by the way, I have extreme regard for Wasim, what he did for Mumbai, for India, and of course for Vidarbha as well, great cricketer. I'm sure he was trying to do his best, but maybe this was a gradual deterioration of relationships between an association that expected a lot more, which is not easy. It takes years to build up a decent team, and a coach who was probably not enjoying his time there. Now, the communal angle is all very sad, because sports persons more than others need to be more aware that, it's not something that needs to be encouraged in society. The concept of leaning towards one religion or foisting one religion over the other, and perhaps some care ought to be taken there. And one important point is, which was mentioned somewhere along the conversation that we've been hearing for the past few minutes, is that there was a secure bio bubble. And if that bio bubble was breached, regardless of which reason, then maybe that is something that should have been avoided, because it can be done privately elsewhere, but perhaps not in a team dressing room. So, there are many aspects to this whole situation, and we, of course, know very little at this point of time. But I'm sure Mr. Verma would like the best for his state and his team. And it's very unfortunate that one of the finest coaches and cricketers in India is now no longer with a team that could use his support.
Yes, absolutely. In fact, I think that's exactly also what Anil Kumble tweeted, one of the few cricketers who've actually gone to, and publicly supported Wasim Jaffer on this. Obviously, it's an issue where too many details are not out. It's now become a he said versus she said kind of an issue, where the man who was quoted to have said and brought in this communal angle and claimed that he had spoken to the cricketers who said that he was being biased to Muslim players, or he was trying to bring about this communal environment in the dressing room. That man now denies those claims, which is very interesting. Either the intent was to just try and move away from what Wasim Jaffer was saying and the differences he had with the selectors or the administrators, Vedam. Is that something that happens often when you have differences, when the players or the coaches have differences with the selectors and the administrators, then all gloves are off?
Yeah, absolutely. See, in all my years of covering the game and being associated with it, I have seen a lot of divisions within the sport. But that divisions could be because of regionalism, it could be because of language, it could be because of race. But I have never seen a communal angle being taken. Having said that, I think the big problem again is a cricket coach is not like a football or a basketball coach. They are the supremos. A cricket coach cannot run the show. He's there to coach, yes, but he cannot run the show. So there is also some undertones about undercurrents about selection bias and things like that. A coach has to go with the players he has. He can recommend, of course, he can recommend, and he can even suggest players. But I guess he has to go with the team that the selectors give him. And having said that, another point that I really want to make is that we have rushed another 9 teams into Ranji Trophy, and it takes time for all the things to settle down. Yes, well, what Charu said, I wholeheartedly agree with that. You're bringing in some other issues because the understanding between the association and Wasim Jaffer, the coach of the team, has not really been good. There are some undercurrents playing, and I think people are using a convenient stick to beat him with, and I think it's unfair. Because having said that, he's been a great player for India. He's been a great player for Bombay. He's brought a lot of pride and into the game, and I think he needs to be given a little bit of leeway for whatever he seems to have done.
Yes, and you know, I think all of you know this better than I do, that there are always disagreements amongst various stakeholders when it comes to the, you know, what kind of team, who should be in, who should be out, how they must be used. But it's unfortunate when that boils down to this. Now, I'm just reading out what Wasim Jaffer also has repeatedly said, that he, in fact, recommended Jay Bista for captaincy, not Iqbal. But it's actually the cricket board itself, the CAU, who favored Iqbal. He did not involve the Maulvi, even though he participated in that prayer. Somebody else invited him. He also got it cleared by the manager of the team itself. He resigned because there was disagreement, and he alleges bias of the selectors and secretary to non-deserving players. And the fourth point, which again ties into you know, what could be a team's slogan or a team's chant before they go into training session, Atul, or when they go into a game. And he says that there was, you know, the Sikh community would chant a specific slogan. I said, why don't we go with Go Uttarakhand? Or earlier when he used to play in Maharashtra, they had a different slogan. Does that become an issue for a cricket team when religious slogans come in?
Well, he was right, I think, Wasim Jaffer, because religious slogan in a team is unfair on other people who actually don't have got that dogma.
Yeah.
So I think just like chanting a state's name is first. But I must tell you, you know, Vedam just mentioned the teams which have been added, you know, and this has just created that extra moolah of cash for people who are sitting idle. The board dishes out money, and this money leads to more control, and selection leads to more power in that area. I have been part of DDCA in and out of the incumbent administration for so many days, and I understand even in a DDCA like organization or even Mumbai, there are issues where people who are in administration poke their nose in selections every day, because that is the real power. I mean, they are corrupt people are eating money hand over fist anyway. But now in a new association who suddenly got crores of money coming for development, and suddenly they've got the power, anybody who's not strong enough as a coach, as a former Indian player, will have to succumb or just toe the line. If you stand up, they will find ways to get rid of you, because this is their agenda. This is their power trip. So I think there are a lot of issues, and they have used an easy stick to beat Wasim Jaffer with this the chameleon thing.
Do you see signs of politics here, Charu, as well? And the fact that cricketers often end up bearing the brunt of it because they're obviously not very good at it.
Well, again, I keep saying, I mean, sport is a reflection of society. Politics is just about everywhere, Tanvi, and therefore in sport as well, sadly. I mean, you can argue that sports is generally a lot cleaner than other areas of work or applying trades, but it is also, you know, very unfortunately an area where these things happen. So yes, I mean, we have to encourage these new federations by sending players such as Wasim there. But like I said, it's to me, and we don't know enough, it's obviously a case of a gradual deterioration of trust levels, of perhaps even selection, as you mentioned. And once a situation deteriorates to an extent where one has to go over the other, then the association is not going to back down. I mean, you know, that is the superior power, as it were. And even though we idolize cricketers, you know, the associations are the ones who gradually get them up and are the custodians of the game. So perhaps a little bit of relationship management is in order. And once that deteriorates, I mean, things get flung around like crazy. So we mentioned, you know, you mentioned people who came in and made these allegations earlier who now perhaps disappeared, which is perhaps just, you know, a little bit of innuendo and rumor, which just sounded good. at that point of time. And I'm sure those people are very embarrassed to have brought any communal flavor into this deterioration of relationships.
Yeah, I mean, he went on to then, tell me and explain to me in much detail of how they have so many players in their own Uttarakhand team, and they would want, young boys from their own state to do better and to train them, irrespective of what their religion is, even within the support staff. So much effort was made into clarifying that to me. But at some point, somebody did think that it was okay and it was fair play when you are locking horns with a guy like Wasim Jaffer to use this card. And I think that's the unfortunate part in our country, that yes, often people do play dirty, and like Charu says, in all parts of our lives and all spheres of our lives, sometimes you do have to play dirty. But when you begin to boil it down to a person's identity, whether it's caste or religion, then it's really unfortunate. It would rather just have been better off if they had directly attacked his choice of players, and if they claim that, oh, he's being biased over that versus what the selectors want. He's not going with merit, he's not going for performance, he's actually going because so and so is his favorite. But to say he went for somebody because he was a Muslim was really unfortunate, and this is the kind of politics we don't want in any part of our lives, definitely not in cricket. Thank you so much to all three of you. It's always a pleasure to have you on my conversations.